Mike, we're live, and I got something very special for you today, man. I know you're a huge fan of POR stunts.
I know.
You're a huge fan of the Deathmatch Grand Prix.
Yeah.
So I have someone.
Let me guess. You guys are
yeah.
Hold on. Pool Boy Kardashian. That crazy guy, he's always running all around the place. I love that guy. He's crazy.
Not Pool Boy Kardashian.
Sinister Minister. That dude. It's Halloween every day with that dude. I love that guy. He's real friendly, but he's good. Yeah.
Nope.
He went. No. What? JJ Allen isn't wrestling. I don't know. I haven't seen him around in a long time.
That's what we have. JJ Escobar, the founder of the most dangerous stunt group in America. POR
Stunts. My God.
JJ Escobar, what's going on, brother? How you doing today?
JJ Escobar.
What's up, guys? How are you?
I feel a little
good. Oh, you all right?
I feel uncomfortable. Right? This guy is very controversial. He's wanted and look. I mean,
you're nervous? It's
yeah.
Not shaking.
The guy. Look,
we're gonna get
the FBI's probably gonna trace this, and we're gonna be in trouble with this guy. You know how many things he's wanted for?
How many? Is that true, JJ?
Yes.
What was the question?
He's wanted for all kind of criminal behavior.
I'm banned in Indiana for sure. I'm Ian Rotten's favorite wrestler as well.
Yeah. Look, explosives over state lines, mayhem, exposing explosives in a crowd, human arson, human arson, and inciting Juggalo riots. I didn't even know that's a crime.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I don't want to be involved. All right, I'll do it. But I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'll do it. But I'm not legally tied to this interview or Valencia's side. I'm just here as a non-paid participant.
What's going on, JJ? How's everything going over there? I love your shirt.
Yeah, representing. Everything's good, man. I almost forgot about this. I'm glad you guys reminded me. I know this dude from the Grand Prix. He's came to our Grand Prix before, so that's pretty cool.
This guy, he's all over the place.
Yeah, I love the Grand Prix.
Yeah, that was you went to this past one, right?
Oh yeah. I held the ladder down when Matt Justice climbed up there. The referee says, "Hold the ladder down." He said, "No, pull down." I'm like, "Okay."
That was a good show, man. That was a good show. That was one of our best shows for sure. I'm glad you came to that one because that was your first impression. That was a good one for sure.
No, I was the other one with Satu Jin and Akira and all that.
Yeah, that was a fucking good one too. When I took the bump onto the trampoline, everybody thought I was gonna die.
JJ, how's it feel being up there, man? You couldn't pay me to be up there. I'd be shitting a brick up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't really think too much of it until like the pros were telling me that they were like kind of weighing it out. They were like, "Yo, are you sure about this? Are you sure you're gonna land on the trampoline?" And I'm like, "I'm pretty damn sure." When I got up there though, I just kind of had to hang on as much as I could. I wasn't worried about anything, but looking back, that was a really dangerous spot, and I kind of undersold it a little bit. Everybody was telling me that it was bad, like it could be bad, and there was literally people on video like trying to tell me to like come down or like jump. They didn't want me to do it. They're like, my brother was literally crying in the crowd when I was about to do that, so I freaked a lot of people out on that one. But yeah, that was a legendary moment. Me and Murdoch have talked about wrestling another match and stuff, but like I don't think we could top that match. So there's some like instances like that where I'm like, I don't even know if we could top something like that. Like the Grand Prix this past year, the POR Hardcore Grand Prix, that was every year we seem to top it. I don't know. You've been to both of them, so what do you think?
Oh man, I love them. And anybody watching this, they don't charge money. It's free parking. It's in the middle where you can drink beer. You bring your own beer. So I mean, if you don't go to that and you're in a 2-hour radius, I don't know what's wrong with you. I mean, these people will drive to other things. I mean, I can't wait for it. Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah, I brought a couple guys, Lee Johnson. We all went, and he loves it. And the whole atmosphere. It's a compound, and you drive down a dirt road, and then it opens up, and there's it's you got to get it's like no other feel of of anything. You just love it. And then when you're there, you love it. And everybody's cool. You got all kinds of different people. It's crazy.
It was like a nonstop party, right?
Oh yeah. Nonstop party. Yeah, nonstop party.
Hell yeah. I appreciate you saying that, man, because that's the way I feel too. So it's cool to hear from someone else like that,
Oh yeah, no, I definitely. I'm going. I'm going to every one of those. And you got to get it.
Matthew Justice put it in a good way. He said, "This is a place where the pros come to blow off some steam."
He does, and they did. They did.
And Mike loves you guys. All the time, nonstop talk about you guys. Yeah.
I found out about you guys a long time. I mean, I was watching it way back, and Luke Hadley told me, he said, because he was into the stuff, the Jackass and all that. He said, "Oh, we got these. You should check out the POR guys." And I'm like, and I went online and started looking at the video. I'm like, I said, because he said they're crazier than Jackass. I'm like, nah, they can't, man. The Dudsons? Yeah. I'm like, all right, and they were, man. The stuff they were doing, some of it's like a 1% success possibility.
Oh yeah, for sure.
My introduction to you guys, I believe it was you. You did a bump off a roof of a house, and it was like light tubes, fire, all kinds of crazy stuff. Couldn't believe it, man.
Oh,
yeah, that spot right there is kind of what got me noticed with the wrestling gig. I know Jimmy Lloyd saw that stunt. I call everything stunts. So he saw that stunt or spot, and that's how I got on the Backyard Show, the original GCW Backyard Show. So
I was at that.
You were?
When Schlack hit you with the car?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's another match that I don't think I can top. Like, I don't think me and Schlack can ever top that. So it's like, I want to wrestle some of these guys again, but I'm like, fuck, we're going to be working backwards here. Like, that match can't be fucked with. That was a ridiculous match.
Yeah, it can't be topped. You're right. It's nuts. It's nuts. So JJ, I got to ask you, what got you into pro wrestling? What was your first introduction into it?
I think my cousin Andy was a huge fan of wrestling, and I started watching then. My earliest memories of wrestling were probably watching The Undertaker, like being like blown away by The Undertaker. I thought that was the coolest thing going. I was always a big WWE fan. I didn't really like WCW, and I was like pretty vocal about that. I was like, fuck WCW. WCW is the shits. But my favorite wrestler of all time is Chris Jericho, who came from WCW. So kind of contradicting myself there. But yeah, my earliest memories were like watching The Undertaker, Monday Night Raw. Like Paul Bearer and Kane. And then Stone Cold, of course. I was a huge Stone Cold fan. One of my all-time favorites is Kurt Angle as well. So I grew up in that era. I liked Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho, Triple H. People like that. I think Chris Jericho is the greatest of all time, though, and it's cool to still see him going to this day. And I've actually got the chance to film a music video with him through Nathan Mowry. Nathan Mowry shoots all Jericho's videos, so that was badass being able to do that. Yeah, big Jericho mark, big WWE guy. What got me into it though, or what I first started watching, is completely different stories though.
Then you probably started following like ECW, CZW, IWA, and all that, right?
Yeah, Zandig is the reason why I started wrestling, and I'll tell everybody that Zandig is like the fucking man. I was a fucking fan of Zandig and Mondo, dude. Like I would just watch their stuff, and I thought they were like, Mondo is basically he is a stuntman now, but that kind of inspired me because I was doing stunts for the longest time. And I was seeing Nick Mondo do this shit. And I'm like, dude, he moves like a fucking stunt man. Like, this is crazy. And I always thought in my head, like, maybe I can do this one day. And CZW, GCW, I became good friends with Jimmy Lloyd and people like that. And I was just like, man, I bet you I could do this, you know? I was always a big fan of Luke Hadley, too. Because Luke Hadley was a homegrown stunt man just like me. And he was doing wrestling as well. Like, I always loved fucking Luke Hadley, and I thought that was so sick that he was on the Backyard Wrestling 2 game. I thought that was the craziest thing ever. I love ICP and the Juggalo culture, and they're all about wrestling and the hardcore shit. Rob Van Dam, probably my favorite ECW wrestler. Yeah, JCW. Fuck yeah. I've been trying to get a match with Pondo for a while. That's like a bucket list match from the JCW. I just went to the Gathering for like 10 fucking years straight, and I've seen Pondo there every year. And I'm like, damn, it'd be cool to wrestle him one day. But yeah, ECW was huge. I remember having ECW video games. I I loved the video games growing up too. Like No Mercy, that's the best video game of all time, wrestling video game. WrestleMania 2000, all that stuff. But yeah, I was just like anything with the word extreme in it, I was a fan of. Extreme wrestling, extreme stunts, extreme BMX, extreme skateboarding. I was just a fan. The X Games, you know.
Extreme Associates.
Extreme Associates, yeah, fuck yeah.
I never heard of it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It just came out of my head out of nowhere. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, the XPW shit, man. That's like a fucking. In my mind, that's ridiculous for me to even be like involved with that at all because I was such a fucking fan of XPW growing up, New Jack and all that shit. I was like a big fan, and now that I didn't even think that was a possibility when I first started for XPW, but here we are, I guess.
No, you did good. I like that three-way match you had over there in New Jersey. You know, everybody liked that, and yeah, I love seeing the homegrown East Coast guys make it big and XPW and stuff like that. You know, I liked it. It's good. I'm glad you're going to be back on the next month's show.
Yeah, that's what they say. So we'll see.
Oh, you're popular, yeah.
You being a Zandig fan, how did it feel when he started sharing your stuff? You know, he started asking the fans, "What do you guys think about JJ?"
Oh yeah, that's surreal, man. I was honestly that there's a lot of like behind the scenes stuff with that. The UVU thing, yeah, it kind of went sour, but I was in the mix to be on that, and him talking to me and stuff was just kind of wild. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. You know, I don't want to sound too whatever, but like just talking to Zandig's wild. I've met Zandig at that backyard show that you were at where I got hit.
Oh yeah. He was there with kids, yeah.
And I literally was like limping backstage. And I looked at Brett Lauderdale. I was like, yo, you got to get me a picture with Zandig, bro. Like, I'm like, can you get me a picture with Zandig? And then Jonathan Stauffer pulled me over. He was like, come here, dude. And I walked over limping to Zandig. I was like, yo, can I get a picture with you? And he was like, fuck yeah, man. That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. That's like fucking Triple H to me, you know, if you're like a fucking WWE. That's like Triple H telling you had a good match. So, but yeah, him sharing my stuff and all that. I know my stuff is cool, but like I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I do know that. But yeah, that's cool being like as cool as Zandig like gives me props and stuff. And the UVU stuff, I was down to work on those shows and stuff. That kind of like just fizzled out though.
Yeah, I know. Zandig looks like Zandig still, you know, has something up his sleeve. He's still trying to get something together. So we'll see what happens, but that's pretty cool, man. I mean, yeah, I seen him sharing your stuff. I was like, oh man, JJ and UVU would be crazy.
Yeah, it'd be cool to work for Zandig one day. That'd be fucking cool. Like I said, like he's the reason I started this whole bullshit. So him and Mondo are like, and Wife Beater, honestly, like the Weed Whacker and shit. Like, come on. Like, I didn't even feel comfortable carrying the Weed Whacker out ever until like the fire spot with the crotch with the Weed Whacker. I was like, I feel like I earned the Weed Whacker now, so I feel like I can carry it out now. And Marcus Crane said, "Hey, man, if you don't carry the Weed Whacker out, you're out of your fucking mind. Like that should be your thing." And I was like, "All right, I'll listen to Marcus on that."
When was did you ever come up here for any CZW tournaments did you ever make it up here? Did you ever go arena or where'd you go? Which shows did you go?
Yeah, I've been to the Tournament of Death. I went to the one. I think it was Dan O'Hare one, right? He won one, right?
It was Claxton won.
Oh yeah, Claxton beat Dan O'Hare. Right? Yes. With the bar trampoline spot, the sidewalk slam. That was sick. Yeah, I went there with a bunch of the POR guys actually. That was the first day we met the UWF crew from Philly. Okay. So that was cool. We built a relationship through them guys too. Those guys are really chill.
Yeah.
I met Big Joe that day, Schlack that day. It's funny because I took a picture with Schlack that day, and now we're friends and shit, you know? And I was like, that was before I was like really into powerlifting and stuff. So I'm like little shrimpy guy. And now when we stand next to each other, he's bigger than me, but like not crazy.
Barely. Yeah.
Because I was like really small when I took that picture. I want to do like a comparison picture one day because I think that's the funniest shit ever. Because like I look like a little kid next to Schlack then. You know,
we've talked to a lot of guys, Remington Roar, Lane, and all these guys. And it's amazing the following they had of CZW and their respect for Zandig for all these years. And then we've told Zandig that he's like, he's just getting back in the loop. He doesn't know his legendary status of that, the aura of Zandig. Like I've been going to CZW since '99, to believe it or not, and I've been all the TODs and stuff like that. So I've been around it, but a lot of you guys have never been around it. When you come on up here, you're blown away. Like when they go to that farm out there where DJ's farm is.
Yeah, that shit was fun. I went to the one in Jersey. It wasn't on the farm that year.
Okay.
That was a fun show though. That was the first time I met Jimmy Lloyd as well, who became one of my good friends. And I met Big Joe that day, a bunch of people. And now I'm cool with all these guys. So it's kind of like full circle. It's really cool. Just networking at shows is great. I've been to a bunch of GCW shows as well. Me and Brett are homies, so we did the fucking GCW stunt show that one year where my friend got his dick lit on fire. That shit was out of, I got the DVD right here in front of me. Actually, he got his junk. They blew a fireball on his dick, and he got his fucking dick lit on fire. Right after a GCW show, and Brett was like freaking out. I love messing with Brett. I think it's funny just to like kind of like mess with him, and like he was fucking freaking out that night, and we were all like we thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Oh yeah, you guys were wild. Much props to you guys, man. You guys are, you guys do some awesome stuff.
Oh, if there's a POR guy on the show, something crazy is gonna happen. They got it. Now they've reached a level that they got to do something crazy, because you're like, what? Did they blow up anything? No. Was their car used? No. Anybody go off a roof? No. What was wrong? What happened? But I don't want to see nobody get hurt. But yeah, it's accepted behavior. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, those I know it's kind of like a weird spot I get in sometimes, because I want to do like crazier shit at certain shows, but I'm not allowed. So sometimes I'm like, fuck, like I can't do fireworks. All right, I can't do that. All right, I can't do fucking fire. Okay, I can't hit nobody with a car. Okay, I'm like, damn. I get down to like the bare essentials or whatever, and I'm like, I always feel like I don't deliver enough, and everybody always tells me I over deliver. So I guess I'm doing something right in that sense, but yeah, that's just me talking.
Well, no, so you feel like you have more freedom down at the compound in Timberville, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's no question. Yeah, the only guy that could tell me no there is me. Like, so like we can do whatever we want there, honestly. Like, as long as we don't we set a car on fire this past year.
Yeah.
The fire department came out, and the fire marshal, he gave me a warning. He was like, I know what you guys are doing here. I've heard about you for years. Like, just don't do that again. And we won't have any problems, because that's like a charge to like, you can't light a fucking car on fire. We didn't mean to, by the way, but it happened.
Yeah. Oh, that must be the human arson incident. Yeah. Human arson. Yeah.
That was fresh off my broken leg too. So there was like nothing physically I could do to put this fire out, and we just had people scrambling. It was the craziest fucking footage. That's going on the Vice documentary too. So that'll be a cool piece.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was heartbroken when Luke called and told me JJ broke his femur, and I'm like, what? I'm like, in a match? He goes, no, in a car accident. I'm like, oh man, I felt for you. And seeing you limping and doing those exercises, I didn't reach out to you or anything, but I was like with you, and like, is amazing recovery. He was walking in days.
Yeah. He's tough.
I know. Yeah.
It's tough.
The femur thing was I slid on black ice into a tree on my way home. It's the conditions in Virginia are bad sometimes with the mountains and the valley and shit.
Yeah.
You can't even see the ice on the road. So I slid in my car, totaled my car into a tree, broke my femur and my tibia fibula. I broke every bone in my leg. So
man.
I had like the Conor McGregor leg break plus the broken femur. So it's pretty bad. But yeah, that recovery sucked. I'd rather get burned like 2 or 3 fucking times more than have a broken femur again. That shit was awful.
But you're all right now with it. It recovered. You're young, and it got you going, right? You're good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. My leg's pretty good. It still feels like I have 2 metal rods in my leg with 6 screws, but I mean, that's just like how life's going to be for me now.
Yeah. No. Well, I had a friend that broke his femur in a factory accident, and he's all right. He doesn't complain about it or anything. So I mean,
Nice. That's good. I'm a
says,
little over a year out from recovery, so
right. And Mickey Knuckles broke hers in a match years ago, and she's, I mean, she never complains about it at all. So
nice. I didn't know that. I know Danny DeManto did.
Yeah, no, Mickey Knuckles. If you see the video, she jumped off a ladder or something, and I mean, it was brutal. It was like that. It was like you didn't even need an X-ray. It's broke, and she recovered pretty quick. I mean, she recovered.
Yeah, I thought I blew my ACL, MCL, and stuff because my knee was all swollen, but the femur break happened like right above the knee area. But I'm sitting there thinking I blew my knee apart, and I dialed 911 myself and everything. I was like conscious. I was like pinned in the car, had to be pulled out with the jaws of life and shit. It was crazy. It was freezing cold too.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're all right.
Yeah,
I was upset over that. Luke was pissed. Was very upset. We were all like, "Oh man!" And we're like, all the stuff he does, and it happens in a car accident.
I know.
Yeah, Luke saw me this summer at the gathering. I was limping all around and shit, but I was there. It was still fun, but I couldn't do no stunts or whatever at the gathering. That was a bummer, but I couldn't like physically like jump or anything yet, like back in like July or whatever it was. But yeah, I'm all good now. My first match was the Grand Prix, actually. My first time back was the Grand Prix. So.
Oh wow! Who was your first? Who would you wrestle in that show?
Nathan Mowery. I wrestled him in the first round, and then we had a 5-man, 6-man match in the finals where it was me and Matthew Justice in the end.
Right. Yeah. That was a good show, man. That was. Yeah, I like that show, and the filler matches were good too, man. All the matches were good. Yeah, like you were entertained from the beginning to end. My favorite part is when Pool Boy just constantly runs around the whole compound, just doing crazy shit. I can sit and watch that guy constantly. He's so entertaining. You could be like, "Look, I'm bored. Watch that guy. Just see what he does."
Yeah, he's outrageous, bro. He's like that on and off camera too. It's not like an act. That's just him. He's just like energetic. He's the life of the party always.
How'd you meet Pool Boy?
I met him in 9th grade at our high school. He was dating my cousin, and my cousin was telling me that she was dating this guy. That she was dating this guy or whatever, and she was like, her last boyfriend like cheated on her or something, and me and my cousin were like really close and stuff. And she was like, and I walked up to him. I was like, "Yo, if you better not like fuck her over or nothing. If you do, like that's fucked up." And I kicked him in the balls. Like right there in the middle of school, and we've been friends ever since. It's a weird story, but yeah, I mean that's how me and Pool Boy became friends.
That's awesome, and you guys, still going at it after all these years, right?
Yeah, it's weird not walking out with him because he usually like walks out with me. He's kind of like my Bill Alfonso in a way. Yeah, he always he always gets me hyped like when we walk out and shit. It's weird not walking through the curtain with him without him. I mean,
yeah, no, of course. What are you doing over there,
Mike? We got a phone call. Somebody says they know you. I don't want to bother him.
Who knows?
Oh, I don't know. He says he knows. Here, talk to this guy. Go ahead.
This is Luke Hadley calling.
Nah, what the fuck's up, man?
Hey man, I wanted to know what was JJ Escobar's origin story.
The origins of JJ Escobar. I always told people that if I would be a wrestler, my name would be JJ Escobar because JJ Allen. That's actually a play on my real name. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's GG Allen, which it is. I like GG Allen, but my real name is Justin Allen Johnson, so JJ Allen. But I was like, I'm gonna scrap the Allen name and go by Escobar, which is like the most notorious, drug dealer.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to be a heel, and I'm going to call myself Escobar, and I'm going to wear a ski mask. My whole entire look is like kind of a knock on the Zodiac Killer. That's kind of where I took reference from. But yeah, I always told it almost was like a joke, man. Like I always would tell my friends, like, if I'm gonna be a porn star, my name's gonna be JJ Alejandro. If I'm gonna be a wrestler, my name's gonna be JJ Escobar. You know, like I always like kind of like just made light of it. We actually started POR Wrestling started kind of like that as well. We were all sitting on my couch one day and we were like, yo, we were filming all these stunt episodes, and I was like, it'd be really cool if POR Stunts became POR Wrestling for one episode, and we build a ring, and then we do like this crazy, super extreme fucking stunt wrestling show. And yeah, the ski mask and all that, it kind of just evolved from there.
Well, you've made yourself into one of the most entertaining indie guys out there now.
Thanks. That means a lot coming from you.
Yeah, man. Like when you see your name on the card, you know it's going to be a banger. Like with Shane Mercer coming up.
Yeah, I'm stoked for that one. Me and Mercer actually met at the gathering. It's a crazy story, man, because I actually walked up to Shane Mercer. I don't know if he realizes this, but it was probably like 2016 or something before I started wrestling. And I was asking him how to break into the business. I was like, how do you become a wrestler? Like, what did you do? And I was asking for like workout tips and stuff to like get bigger, because I was a fan of him. And I guess I did something right along the way, because now I'm wrestling him at Horror Slam. So that's pretty fucking cool. I don't think Shane probably knows that, but I mean, yeah, I was like in the crowd watching him at JCW at fucking gathering, and it's cool, like a full circle story. A lot of that's like that with me because I'm such a fan, you know, like I've been a fan of most of these guys that I'm watching before I started wrestling. I'm a fan of fucking Luke Hadley too.
Yeah.
I want to match with Luke Hadley.
What?
I want to match with Luke Hadley.
Well, actually, you know what? That kind of ties into what I was just going to say. I was going to ask what your ideal career path is at this point. And I was thinking the world is possibly ready for Backyard Wrestling, the movie. And we'll have to do something special.
That would be ridiculous. I've actually never thought about like the wrestling part. I've always like considered like the documentary for like stunts and stuff. But honestly, our story is like cool as fuck. And it's like your story is cool as fuck. And I know there's a lot of like companies out there, like, you know, you could include as well. You can make it like about like 4 or 5 different, you know, promotions. And yeah, you'd have to include me, you, people like that. A lot of guys actually started like doing that kind of stuff and, you know, became bigger names. Like I'm pretty sure Joey Janela started that way. So,
Everybody started that way.
That's what I tell people when they ask me how long I've been wrestling. I'm like, they're like, how long you been wrestling? I'm like, on a pro level, about 2 years, but I did like the backyard shit for about 5. Like, you know, like everybody knows my fucking viral clips for the backyard shit. You know, that's kind of how I built my name.
Jackass type stunts, which evolved into backyard wrestling, which has evolved into professional wrestling.
Yeah, that's a cool way to put it. Yeah, I guess you could say that. It's pretty wild. It's been a
yeah, man. I'm interested to see the rest of this interview when you guys are done with it. I'll let you guys.
Wait, hold on, Luke.
Yeah.
I wasn't at the gathering. You guys want to talk about what were you guys? You guys were taping. You were doing. Luke, you told me you were taping. What isn't it? That's not released yet. What's going on with that?
Yeah, these guys do the craziest shit you've ever realized. By the way, JJ, last night I edited the night show you did in 2019. I hadn't really done anything with it. I edited it last night, and it's a good 25 minutes of just fucking madness with you guys.
Nice. You're talking about the night
most
event, right?
Thing I've ever seen.
You're talking about the night show, right? Luke?
Yeah, that was the first one I think you did, and half of it because I was at the
right? It was at nighttime
before
right?
that.
Oh, can you hear us?
Yeah, that one's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
we
like Crazy Mike rode his bike.
We did so many small stunts on that one, and we didn't really think about like the craziness of it all, because like we just wanted to get like 50 stunts in one show, and then our next show, the Saturday, we had like 6 stunts planned, but they're all like Hollywood big style stunts. But that first show, that night show, took more out of us than the big show did, which is kind of crazy. We had to do 2 shows that year. Our story on how we got into the gathering is pretty wild too.
You fucking go full tilt.
Yeah, that show was crazy. I remember like we were all like burnt and like Bub's dick was all burnt. Villa was all cut up from the weed whacker. Everybody took weed whackers that night. Kyler did it on his ass, and you don't want to ever take a weed whacker to the ass because you got to sit down.
Yeah, everything, man.
It's horrible, and then your pants,
like your glue two guys, one guy's lips to the other guy's nuts, but it didn't hold.
Yeah, that was. We ended up later on doing staples for that. The staple worked better than super glue.
Dude, by the way, I don't mean to go too far off topic, but I saw that video. It was on Kyler's Patreon or whatever a year or two ago, where I think it was you stapled your sack to his tongue on the table.
Yeah, that was at the gathering. And then
you did that as well, but there's another one where you guys did it like for your stunt videos.
Oh yeah, that was him and Damon that did it the first time, and then me and Kyler did it the second time at the gathering. And the staple, you know how the staple it looks like that? It fucking turned upside down. It was like almost like to the point where I couldn't get it out of my nuts.
Oh god!
So I'm like it could have like been in there. And I'm like freaking out live on stage, like freaking the fuck out because the staple is about to like be inside of my fucking sack, and I'm that was crazy. That wasn't supposed to happen. A lot of times, like the best stuff is when it wasn't supposed to be that way, or it went harder than you expected.
One of the crazier thing was you had your friends up there. There was this chick that got something sprayed in her ass, like bear spray or something.
Pepper spray, yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, pepper spray, and then her boyfriend ate it out and got it in his eyes and shit, and they were not feeling good for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, he got pepper spray in his eyes from licking her butt on stage. That's ridiculous.
Hey, Luke.
Yeah, Mike and I have seen some crazy shit at the gathering. He's been to probably a dozen with me. Yeah. I'm up to 19 now, so I've seen some shit there, man.
Holy shit.
Remember the
like
time?
8, I think.
8? That's pretty good. Remember the time the guy drank all that hot sauce and he was just in torture? He was like...
he was dead for the rest of the fucking gathering. And they gave him this shitty little prize pack with like a CD in it and shit.
Wolfpack.
Yeah, they say, okay, now, off stage, and then they're barfing and crying and, like dumping water in their eyes. Like, I can't see. I really can't.
Yeah, pepper spray is one of the worst things.
I got to do something with all this footage. But, JJ, I will get you that footage I just edited from last night then.
Nice. You sent everything to Vice, right?
Yeah, man. So when's the air date?
It's supposed to be in March.
March
now.
I actually
had the best footage.
Extra footage that you haven't even seen from that incident.
Oh, nice. You had some good footage though of the riot. So
yeah, man. That was my main reason for going. And I also wanted to see Schlack, who no showed. But how was your match with Schlack?
Schlack? I didn't wrestle at the gathering against Schlack.
No. I'm just talking about, my brain jumps around. I was talking about the time you wrestled Schlack at the Backyard Wrestling Show.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Schlack's a fucking G, dude. I usually walk up to people and I have like a piece of paper with a bunch of ideas I want to do, and usually people look at me and they're like, "Damn, dude, you're fucking out of your mind." And they ride along with it. They're like, "Hell yeah, we can do this." Because usually it's me getting my fucking ass whooped and doing all these crazy stunt spots, but Schlack, he took my piece of paper and then started writing his own shit down and like filled in the blanks. So like half of that match was Schlack's idea as well. And that was fucking fun. I realized that day that Schlack is a sick son of a bitch because he was filling in the blanks, I was like, all right, I'm going to kick the window out. He's like, all right, well, I'm going to pick you up, fucking razor's edge you on the car hood. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, let's fucking do that. Like him and fucking, dude, Shane Mercer, dude. Wait till this match drops with me and Shane. The shit's gonna be sick. I'm stoked for this match.
You know what? Shane Mercer is criminally underrated.
Oh, dude, he's like one of the best for sure. Yeah. Dude, he does a fucking moonsault.
Justin, you do a great job with this interview thing, and Mike, I've known you forever. You're awesome. And JJ, man, you're so entertaining, and keep it up, dude.
Whoop whoop.
Woo-hoo.
Luke, thank you.
All right, Luke, thanks for calling in, buddy. That's our buddy.
I knew you were gonna do that.
He does a lot of taping. The guy, The guy has archives of 20 years of gathering of juggalos. It's unreleased.
Tapes and tapes.
He's got stuff. I met him at the first, like way back, and he was taping these outdoor shows with Bailey and Toby Klein and Necro Butcher. And then I got his phone number, and he sent me a copy of it. And then every year I got to know him. But he had it back in the day when he had to charge a battery, and you could limited coverage, and he would be the only one out there with the camera.
Yeah, I met Luke Hadley at the gathering as well. I knew about him for years. You know, Death versus Luke Hadley. That was a big thing. We were on a lot of compilation DVDs and shit together. We were on this DVD called the Homegrown Collection, POR stunts, and then Death versus Luke Hadley. So I saw his stuff then. When me and my friends get bored or drunk or chilling at my house, we'll turn on old Luke Hadley wrestling videos and just laugh our fucking ass off.
Yeah, that's what was I gonna say? DVLH. Oh, did you ever see? We did a video when he came to Delaware one time. History of CZW in Delaware. We went to all the venues.
That's a good one.
I think I've seen that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
on YouTube, right?
Measured the bump with Zandig and Mondo, and then we went to.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Him and what's his face does really good too with that shit. TJ.
Oh yeah,
TJ
from H2O and
I knew TJ as well. TJ used to do stunts back in the day, and I remember we were swapped like contacts for ridiculousness and stuff, and to get on like TV and shit. Like I've known TJ for a long ass time too. He did stunts like way back in the day.
I didn't know he did stunts. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Tell TJ to send you some of his fucking stunt footage. He used to do some crazy shit too.
Yeah. He's a family man. He's got a couple kids. He's family man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the man. He's cool.
Another guy, you always see him with a camera. Every time I see TJ, he always has that little camera.
Yeah, TJ's the type of guy, like, if you can't get along with TJ, like, what's wrong? You don't like that guy? You know, he's like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's got the footage of Brett Lauderdale walking backstage or whatever at the GCW Backyard show, and Brett like walks up to me, like shakes my hand, and he's like, "Fucking thank you, dude. That was fucking sick." And TJ's filming, and you could tell he doesn't want to be filmed. And TJ like flips the camera to him. He was like, "I've never heard Brett Lauderdale tell somebody that was cool." Like he's like, "That's fucking pretty cool." I was like, "Damn, all right, I did pretty good, I guess." Because I'm sitting there thinking, like, was it cool? Was it not? I don't know yet, but
it was good. It was good.
Great.
It was great.
Sure. How do you come up with some of these things? Like do you, when you come up with something, do you write everything down?
Yeah, I overproduce everything. I'll even I type it out mostly on my computer and I print it out. I even write down like where stuff needs to be in the ring for the ring crew. I'll be like, "Yo, I need 3 panels in the corners, my staple gun here, like my weed whacker here," like, because my worst fear is like going to reach for something like a weapon and it's not fucking there, not where it's supposed to be, and then I look stupid. I've had that happen to me before. It's not fun. But yeah, I overproduce like everything, man. But the ideas, they just come from stunts, I guess. Like I've been doing the stunt shit for fucking, it feels like 20 years now. Since I was 15. So I've been doing it for about 16 years now or something like that. So yeah, it's it's been a long fucking time coming with all the stunt stuff. That was another thing when I wanted for wrestling. I was like, yo, I feel like I could like be very, very different in the wrestling game, because like I'm going to be doing stuff like that is stunts to me, but like nobody's really seen some of the stuff that I've done. Like so I was always like, I could be creative with this shit and kind of take it far. I got a few ideas this weekend. I always like to do one thing that I've never done before in a match. So like I always like I'll do 2 or 3 things that I'm sort of familiar with, but I always like to do one thing that I've never done before, and that scares me. I think that everybody should do one thing a day that scares them, and then you're living life.
Maybe you could contact Wax for an old school suspension.
Yeah, that guy. The XPW show. He's the dude that jumped off the balcony, right?
Oh man, I couldn't believe he did that.
Yeah, so they were I got to the venue that day, and Kurt did the dive or whatever we called him. But everybody's thinking that I'm gonna like jump off the fucking balcony, which I probably eventually will. But I was thinking in my head, like, how the fuck do you top Wax? Like, how do you top what that guy did? Like, he literally went under the ring and like almost broke every fucking bone in his body. Like, there's no topping that. That's another thing too. Like, I know when to chill on certain spots because like,
right.
I don't know. There's some stuff you just can't fuck with. Like, there's no such thing as like a redo on some stuff, and that spot is crazy. I got some ideas in mind for that for XPW in Jersey though, like some pretty sick ideas. So stay tuned there.
No, for sure.
I like XPW. I mean, I like the product. Last 2 days ago was, man, those last 3 matches were not that they were wild.
They were good.
They were wild.
No, I mean, their shows are good from start to finish. I give Rob a lot of props for that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's different, man. I like XPW a whole lot. It's always been different, you know. Kind of like POR in a way, you know, like it's like stunts and wrestling. Like when people fucking ask what we do, I always say stunts, you know, like it's like we're doing stunts, but it's in a wrestling match. It's pretty cool. Like come check it out. And XPW has like the chicks, the you know, it's just like fucking it's different, which you're supposed to be in wrestling, you know. Everybody can't be doing the same shit over and over again.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I love that product, that weekly show that Rob puts together. You know, he really builds everyone's character up. He sells his merchandise. He puts on some awesome skits on there as well.
Yeah, I listened to the Rob Black show, and the fucking he'll be talking about the hardcore hillbilly man.
Oh man, he's so hard on that guy, man.
I love hillbilly, dude. He's the man. But it's funny as shit, and it's all love at the end of the day. But dude, that shit is funny. Like the way he talks about hillbilly. Hillbilly's the fucking man too. He's a funny son of a bitch.
Hillbilly, yeah. The Rob Black show is entertaining, but you know when I listen to it, I watch it on YouTube and I put it at 1.5 speed because he talks so slow. So if you put it on you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You put it on fast speed and you can watch an hour in like 40 minutes. If you but he talks so slow that you can get it, but you still get all the information.
Yeah, even he will talk about that sometimes. He'll say that he talks slow and, you know, like fucking deal with it type thing. It's funny.
That's a good. What about Drake? You had never seen Drake wrestle, had you? Up till
no, man, I had never seen Drake wrestle. That actually was very discouraging. I was sitting on the fucking balcony and I watched him versus Big Joe, and then our match is like coming up like in like 2 or 3 matches from then, and I was like, "What the fuck, bro? Like, how do we just lost? Like, we don't top that. Like that Drake and Big Joe match was insane." I literally was just like, dude, let's just like not go out because like there ain't no topping that. That match was fucking sick. That was one of the best matches I've ever seen live. Like, to be honest with you.
Right, I see. It's a high-profile match on a big stage. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to work with Drake one day. I feel like that dude would just school the shit out of me though, but it'd be fucking fun.
Oh no, for sure.
He's a nice guy.
What is your favorite match you've seen live? Your favorite death match you've seen live?
Oh shit. Let me think about that. Damn. Let me think about that. That's hard.
It's hard to say that. It's like saying who's the best looking woman you've ever seen.
I've been in 2 tournament of deaths, a shit ton of honestly, dude, I don't want to plug my own shit, but Matthew Justice versus this guy in my crew, Kevin Chaos. Dude, you were there. Nobody was sitting down when that match happened. That match was fucking sick.
Oh yeah.
He put a fucking mortar on his head and blew his fucking head. Dude.
Yeah. That's the redhead guy, right?
Yes, dude. That match, man, I'm telling you, dude, that match can fucking be up there with any other match. That shit was sick. And I don't want to like plug my own shit, but that was fucking insane. I've been to a lot of wrestling shows, but I'm usually backstage, so I don't see shit. But I did watch Drake versus Big Joe up on the fucking balcony there when I was getting ready, and that match, that's the best match I've seen this year for sure.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Mike was talking to me about that match, as a matter of fact, a few weeks ago when the
Justice.
Yeah, when the guy blew the firecracker.
Yeah, they also went off the roof. Then it was a long match too. That was a really long match. That's a must see match. Matthew Justice climbed the ladder. They went into this pit of. They got in the backyard. They got this thing where they just constantly throw junk, and it's like, you don't want to fall in it, but they fell in it. And there's, I mean, you got the comp. It's a look. If you like wrestling of any sort, go there. People, anybody watching it, I mean. Money back guarantee. I'll pay back your price of admission if you don't like it. No, I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I can't wait. If I lived near it, I'd just go there to all of them. All right, let's talk about the schedule. You got a schedule? Every year you put out a really good schedule. Like there was some rain last year. Some things happened, but what about this year? When are we going to start this thing?
So I've been getting like a lot of fucking bookings like with other promotions and shit. So we're still doing it. No. Don't think we're not doing it.
Oh, yeah.
No, POR is always my home, man. And there's no place like that fucking spot, honestly. It's like complete, total freedom, and we can do literally whatever we want. But POR will always be, my baby. But May 28th is our first show, for sure. And then we got June 11th, which is our second show, which the June 11th show is the Carnival of Excess, which is our annual show where we do stunts and wrestling. That's the show last year where we set the car on fire.
Yeah.
We set a record for our attendance that day. It was like 176 people showed up.
Yeah.
And then halfway through the show, we set that car on fire, and they all had to like scramble to get in their cars. And the parking lot there sometimes can be a nightmare. So like watching 176 people like scramble to like and like the fire trucks are coming in. That shit was crazy. It reminded me a lot of like something like really bad going wrong in a show or something. Fucking pandemonium.
You never want authorities to come, even though they're cool down there. Yeah, I want to. So May 28th, June 11th, and then any more Grand Prix is going to be in like October, right, or something.
Yeah, it'll be in September. Hopefully, I always like to do it in September and October. I will put a full tab. We usually like to do the last Sunday of every month, but I want to do like all the XPWs I can. No Peace Underground is fun to do. So I kind of got to like those first 2 days are set in stone for sure.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the spot that made everyone talked about a few years ago. You and Eric Ryan, the crotch fire spot.
Oh man,
whose idea was it? I mean, how did it come about?
It was definitely my idea. Everybody always thinks I'm like mad at Eric or something. I'm like, no, man, I literally told him to do it. I was there. He came there, and I had my paper in my hand, and I was like, this is what I want to do. And I've done that Weed Whacker fire spot like fucking 10 different times. It was kind of like my fucking universal spot or my fucking double down clothesline spot or something, It's like, it was like one of my fucking things I did. But yeah, the whole fucking drama behind all that. I'm like sitting in the hospital when all that drama's going on. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? But yeah, that was my idea. And I told him to pour lighter fluid on me and whatnot. He poured a little too much. And my water crew just wasn't where they needed to be. If you look at the video real closely, I'm laying back and I'm like looking around the room trying to find my water crew, and they just wasn't fucking there. So when he lit me on fire, I immediately grabbed my pants. I'm like, oh shit. I'm waiting for the Weed Whacker to hit me, and then I start ripping my fucking clothes off. I think I'm the only guy in deathmatch wrestling to ever get pinned naked, so there's something.
That's crazy.
And then I had to run out of the building. They turned that whole thing into like a fiasco, but I definitely got approval from JC Rotten to do that spot. Fucking Alex Ocean was there. Eric Ryan fucking did that. And I mean, Eric wouldn't have done it if he hadn't been told to. Fucking, there's all that drama, and they were trying to throw it all on me like I took liberties, and I'm like, oh fuck, no, I didn't take no fucking liberties. You think I wanted this? Like, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, a lot of people have questioned me, like Neil Diamond Cutter and Pondo. I was at No Peace recently, and Alex Ocean, I was wrestling him, and Alex went up to Pondo, and he's like, bro, I literally was there when JC was like telling him it was fine. And I was like, there you fucking go, guys. I told you.
Now, So wait, so you went, now this is always a crazy question. You went to the hospital. What happened there? Are you naked or like what the hell happened? I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. But what?
No, man, I went through the fucking. I went through the hospital
How?
with my. I was like butt naked, basically.
When he drove you?
Yeah, I was like fucking like I had like my clothes were burnt off my body. I think I have the clothes like sitting right beside me. Hold up a second.
This is great. While you're checking this out, check out my boy Title Man for All Deathmatch _news on Instagram. Go give his page a follow.
What was
So
that again?
here's my what I wear underneath my clothes here. It's like you can see completely through it. Like it just got like melted. It's just like
That was underneath the pants? That was the
these
first.
are my like underwear. This is like my underwear, dude.
Oh man.
It's just like gone.
Oh.
Like there's nothing there. You see like nothing there. And then this is the singlet I was wearing. I was wearing a full blown singlet. And there's like nothing left.
Oh man, yeah.
That
So,
stuff's,
so your boy
that's
takes you to the
artifact.
hospital and you're sitting in the car naked?
Yeah, I was pretty much sitting in the car with that on my body. And I'm just I'm just sitting there like shaking. I kept like shaking like crazy. Then they started shooting me up with morphine and stuff, and I started feeling better.
What?
Yeah, I got to the hospital like butt naked. They threw a robe over me or whatever. I still had my kick pads on. That was like the only thing to survive was my kick pads was like on me.
Yeah.
And my pants got completely burned off my body. Went through 3 layers, and then they started shooting me up. I stayed at the Eskenazi burn clinic in Indiana, which is like they said it was like the 3rd top burn clinic in a burn unit in America. And dude, it was nice. Like I wasn't struggling in that sense because that place was like state of the art, and they took really good care of me. I was in there for 19 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they ask what happened?
Yeah, I told them I took a bucket of gasoline and splashed it onto a fire pit, and it came back and upsplashed me on my legs and got me.
That's kind of close. That's 80%. Yeah.
Yeah, I told them, you know how you put water on a spoon and it comes back on you?
Yeah.
That's how I explained it.
They've seen it all, trust me. Like an emergency room has seen, you think of it happening, and they're like, yeah, we've seen that. Well, has that ever happened? Yeah, that too. What about this? Yep. You ever find this in somebody? Yeah. We get a lot of those.
Oh yeah, this was a burn. This was a burn clinic, like a burn hospital too. Like they specialized in like burn victims and stuff. The guy who actually like founded it was like a burn survivor himself.
Oh,
and
man.
They have all these people come in and like do testimonials with you and stuff about how they got burned and stuff. See, mine was like on my legs, so it wasn't too bad. I'll show you the scars if you want to see them. But
if you want to, no one's ever seen him. I mean, yeah. I mean, he'll. Oh God.
I got tattoos on them now.
Oh man,
I can't feel anything on my legs though.
This is breaking news.
Breaking.
I showed Eric not too long ago, and he was freaking out. Can you see that?
Oh, ooh, God, that is ripple. Ooh, yeah, that. Ooh,
and it stops right here. It stops right here, so it did not burn my fucking dick or anything.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean,
I got tattoos on it now.
Oh,
yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough. Well, at least you can wear short. I mean, I go to the stove and test something out, and if you touch the bar, and it goes like a 1/4 inch thing, and it takes weeks to heal. I mean, it burned. I'm like, oh damn. Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine that. Like you, Gage. I don't know how long did it take to completely not have pain in it anymore?
It took like 3-4 months before it was like healed up. It was like a bright pink color for a while.
Yeah.
Now it kind of actually looks like my skin.
Okay,
I can't grow hair there. Alex Ocean hit me with the weed whacker right in the fucking leg. Couldn't feel it.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's a bitch in that sense, but yeah, it doesn't like bother me when I stretch sometimes. Like when I'm doing like jujitsu or something, it will
Yeah.
it's like tight. But I
Oh,
honestly rather get burned there like 2 or 3 more times than have a broken femur again. Broken femurs are whack, dude.
wow. Dude, that was a rough year for you, man. I felt for you. And it's amazing that you come back. You know, Balls, I used to know Balls. Balls said he was great with fire and he never got burned. He said he'd soak him. He'd be so saturated with water that when he went through a table, it was not going to get, he wasn't going to get burned no matter what it was. He was so soaked with water, head to toe.
That's how we do. That's one of the tricks to our fire stunts. It's usually we cover our whole entire body. When we do like a full burn for a fire stunt, we cover our entire body with something wet. We soak it in a pool, drain it, and then you're completely wet. Then you put 2 or 3 layers over. You put your scarf around your neck. A helmet on. Anything exposed though will get burned, man. You gotta wear gloves and everything. And then we do this trick with the towel. We wrap a towel around us, and it's the towel that's actually on fire. And then the flames, it's like covering the towel, so you can't tell. It's a stunt. It's a stunt trick. You still feel the fucking fire and the burns. You just gotta take the towel off.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. Yeah, Minnesota. But what about what if you would have soaked your inner clothes and then had soaked it? Like, no, you didn't think of doing that, or?
I did soak my clothes. I remember, I think it was Sawyer Wreck was looking at me funny because I was back there like spraying water on my like crotch. She was like sitting there looking at me. I believe it was her, but she was like kind of like, "What the fuck is this guy doing over here?" But yeah, nothing really could save me, I think, because like that the lighter fluid, man, it's like gel or whatever. It's like made to like stick to like fabrics and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh. See, I used to work at a factory job, and we had these clothes that you could not get on fire. We used to take a lighter to them; it would not light. They would no matter what.
Yeah, the gel stuff. Yeah, I've used stuff like that too, like the fire gel and stuff. I breathe fire with lamp oil and stuff like that. Dude, I've done like fucking 50 fire stunts and never got burned until that night.
Okay.
It just shows you how. Dude, fire stunts were like my thing for a while.
Yeah.
Like I got myself completely lit on fire and ran over a moving car. Like flipped the fucking thing, jumped in the pool. I stood on a ladder while completely on fire and jumped over a fucking ladder over a car. I let Kyler Vick jump off a ladder on the thumbtacks barefoot that launched a catapult into my nuts while I was completely on fire. Wow. And here's why I don't trust fire extinguishers. Here's why I don't trust them. Because I was completely in flames there, laid on the ground face first, and they emptied an entire fire extinguisher on me. And I stood up and went woof, like it lit me up again. As soon as I stood up, the air hit me, and I was on fire again. And that's why I don't trust fire extinguishers. And that's why I didn't have one that night, because I've always felt that water is the best way to put a fire out. Because of that and because of other instances. We've had fire extinguishers not work for us for stunts several times.
Man, you need a backup plan. Yeah. A heavy backup plan. There's
we usually have a kiddie pool. That's usually what we use on standby.
See, you don't got to realize fire. There's a science to that. Oxygen versus flame versus the retardant versus the accelerator. And a guy would be like, "Don't do that. Don't mix that with that, and definitely don't do that." You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a science.
When you see a kiddie pool laying around the ring and at our spot, fire.
I'm breaking you out there. You're coming out.
I'm gonna come out. I'll be there. JJ, has there ever been a stunt that you set up and you're about to do it and you're like, oh, you get second thoughts on it now?
I'm kind of like the boss. Like I'm kind of like the figurehead of my crew. So like if I did something like that, it'd be really fucking bad. My guys wouldn't let me live it down. So there is one instance where I was gonna do. I was on this roof, this really big A-frame roof, and I was sitting on a skateboard, and there was a fence beneath it, and I was gonna ride the skateboard off the roof, and I spread my legs and racked my nuts on the fence.
Oh,
I did back out of it the first time. I was like, oh my God, I fucking can't do this. I cannot do this. Like I got down, But a month later, I got up there and did it because everybody was fucking with me so much. They're like, you fucking bitched out. And I'm just like, bro, you don't understand. That was like the craziest visual I've ever seen. Because I'm on this 30-foot fucking roof, about to slide off. And I'm just like, man, I don't think I can do it, dude. Like, this is going to really freaking hurt. And I ended up doing it. And it was one of my most, like, viral stunts I've ever done.
Yeah, I remember that. It was like a barn. Wasn't it a barn?
Yeah, it was like a barn.
Yeah.
We were actually filming an interview for True TV. It was at a church. And
I know it was a tall, it was like I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, I looked over and I saw it and I was like, that'd be a cool stunt. And then eventually I found myself up there twice.
Oh wow. JJ, we give you all the props, man. Your unique style is, everyone has to give you props for the stuff you do. It's nuts.
Well, that's why they're getting a show.
Yeah,
Vice.
yeah, absolutely.
Wait, something else? Isn't there some other show? Fox or something?
Yeah, we're gonna be on this like new series. They're kind of treating it like the first season of Jackass, where they got like the main cast and crew. It's a bunch of me and my homies. Honestly, it's like me, Kyler Vick, the Dern brothers, the skateboarder guys. Crazy Mike is in it. Carson, a bunch of those guys. But yeah, they're taking a bunch of our old clips and making season 1. They're making season 1 out of all of our old clips, and it's going to air on Fox. It's called Whacked Out Sports. Whacked Out Sports previously aired for 12 seasons, I think, on Fox.
I remember that.
It's an old show, but the guy who invented it, he ended up passing away, and his son is rebooting it. So
okay, I remember that. What about, I like to see girls do that stuff.
Okay.
What's the show with the big guy? The MTV show. They had a girl on there.
Robin.
No.
Robin Black.
Huh?
Robin Black.
I don't know. They had a girl in Jackass. The last Jackass movie had a girl.
Rachel.
Rachel. Yeah, but what's that thing? That's that show with the big guy. You know him.
Electro Circus?
No. What was the show that MTV ran? It's Too Stupid to Die? Something like that?
Oh, yeah. They're my boys. That's Kyler Vick and Zach Ass and them.
Right,
and they had Megan.
Zach. And they had a girl with them, didn't they?
Her name's Megan. Yeah, she's a friend of mine. Yeah, they're all friends of mine. They're all cool as fuck, dude. Kyler was at the Hardcore Grand Prix.
She was at the Grand Prix?
No, Kyler was the guy.
Oh yeah, I talked to Kyler. Yeah, he was there. He's a tall guy. Yeah, he was at the other one. Yeah, I talked to him, and yeah, he was there. But Kyler Vick, yeah, he's insane too, man. He went off the roof. But the craziest thing that I've ever seen that your group did, I don't know if you know about this. This could not possibly work out right and good. He tied a rope to his nutsack, and jumped off a bleacher that is longer. The bleacher was like 5 feet tall, and the string was like 3 feet tall. You were there, right?
Oh, of course. That's the legendary.
What the hell was? I mean, what was going on in his mind? Who was that? That wasn't Cutthroat, was it?
No, that wasn't Cutbone. That was my boy Bub.
Yeah.
He was a local dude. Dude, he's done a lot of crazy shit too. He's known for that one particular stunt. I knew exactly what you're about to say too when you said you saw the craziest thing, because it is like the craziest thing I've ever seen too. So basically, the very first day I met that guy, my friend was kind of joking with him about doing 2 different stunts, and he chose to do that stunt. He was like, "Okay, I'll do it." He did it the first time, and his nuts just got stuck in the rope, and he couldn't get it undone. So that was actually the second time he did it. When he ripped his balls came out of his sack, like his sack like ripped open, and his balls were like hanging out of his sack. That was actually the second time he done it. It's insane.
Oh shit!
None of those guys wanted to touch the rope, but they had to because he was tied to the bleachers.
It was horrible. The cops came and confiscated my cameras. I had to drive down to the police station and explain to them what had just happened, and they were not happy with me.
No, most medical people. That was I couldn't believe that, man. Is he all right? I guess he got stitched up or something. That was
he got like I think it was like 9 stitches or something on his sack. It's weird because you know how your nuts set like that, like side by side like this.
Yeah.
His nuts set on top of each other now like that. Like they're like on top of each other, and we'll tell him to like show people his nuts sometimes as a joke, and like it's completely ridiculous.
Okay, how was that supposed to go? How did he? How would it have gone the right way? What was he trying to do with that? It's crazy as shit. Well, how was it? What was the goal in that stunt? Like, how was it going to work out? Like, oh, that was a good stunt. Nothing to walk away from it.
So we've diverted from that whole like mindset. We've drifted away from that. Like like fucked up way of thinking.
Yeah.
But back then, man, we were pretty much willing to do anything to like anything shocking, the craziest stuff we could think of, we literally did it. And I was literally just talking to a friend today about this. It was kind of like some dark days back then for our crew because like everybody was trying to top each other, and it was a really like unhealthy mindset. Everybody was just trying to like get the most shocking fucking clip we could. And a lot of us are lucky that we made it out of those times because we literally were like trying to fucking chop our legs off and shit. And we were just down to do whatever just for the sake of video, man. It was wild. I like to think I'm a lot safer now.
You are.
And, I'm on my P's and Q's. But back then, man, that was like if you jumped off a roof, there's nothing there to like catch you type thing. You're just jumping off a roof back in the day. And videos, man, like the history of our crew just goes like way past. I honestly was telling a lot of the wrestler guys, I was like, I don't know if some of you guys could have hung with the guys of the past because those guys were out of their fucking minds. Like Cutbone, out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, Cutbone. He's when Luke turned me on to you guys, I started watching. I'm like, I understand the Jackass guys. They're like Johnny Knoxville trying a backflip on a motorcycle with Travis Pastrana. He wants to land it. He knew he wasn't going to land it good, but he's at least trying to flip it and do something. But these guys were like, I'm like, wait, this is not going to, like, they did a ramp off a boat. It wasn't going to land anywhere. The boat was not going to land flat. It just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The Flying Fisherman. That stunt's called the Flying Fisherman.
It never lands right?
Yeah, so that's a funny story on that stunt too. The very first time the guy did the stunt, the guy driving didn't gas it enough. So he went over the fucking ramp and right into the boxes, and he landed like a little fairy. So the guy that was in the canoe or the boat, he told the driver, he said, just go as fast as you possibly can.
Oh, man.
And he did. And he basically, when he got to the top of that ramp, it created a catapult. And it launched him like 30 feet through the air, and he landed on the back of his head. He's lucky he wasn't paralyzed.
Oh,
his elbow. He did break his elbow like in half, though. He had a broken elbow bone or whatever. But he did a full backflip like 30 feet in the air. Yeah. Lands on the back of his fucking head. It's insane. That stunt is like probably it's like top 3 most legendary for us. It's just like so out of this world. And it's called the Flying Fisherman. It's just like a ridiculous fucking name.
It's funny. Similar to that was at the one POR Grand Prix I was at, you had Sinister Minister in a wheelchair.
Yeah. First ever.
Yeah, this wheelchair, it's a dirt gravel road, okay? The wheelchair is like hard wheels. He's big dude sitting in. I think they had him tied in it or something, didn't they? Yeah, they had him duct taped in it. The thing is pulling, and he was supposed to go off a ramp. I don't know. He fell sideways and fell out. Remember that? And then
it was awesome.
It was awesome. And then after during the break, he was looking like looking at what went wrong. And I'm like, man, I just don't know what happened. I said, what are you talking? I said, do you know if you would have hit that ramp, you'd have gone 40 feet in the air in a wheelchair, and you weren't going to just land. He goes, yeah.
No, bro, he would have got so smoked. We were all laughing because he wanted to do that. That's a stunt that Cutbone did previously. And he's a big fan of Cutbone. He was like, I want to pull a Cutbone stunt. And I was like, yo, let's literally make this match be the first ever flaming wheelchairs match. Like literally That's the stipulation. You get put in a wheelchair and you get lit on fire and you go off a ramp. Whoever gets put in the wheelchair and lit on fire loses. And I just thought that was like so ridiculous that we had to do it.
Right? Did Cutbone land it?
No, man, he landed on his back and like he broke his ankle on one of
Right.
those
But that's what happened. That's why I told Minister, he's looking. He's like, I just don't know what went wrong. I'm like, I said, it went right. You would have gone. He just fell off. He would have gone flying. You can't. It's one of those you can't land goods. Yeah, that's. Yeah, that's. Have you ever told someone like, don't do this? Like, it's too outrageous. I know it's hard to say that, but I mean, don't do it. Like
No, all the time, man. I tell people not to do stuff all the time. Actually,
really?
I've talked people out. I probably talk people out of doing stunts more than I have talked them into it for sure. And
Wow.
it's kind of like a badge of honor for me because sometimes, like Cutbone literally came to me one time and said that he wanted to shoot himself in the foot with a 22 rifle, and I was like, "You can't fucking do that, bro. That's messed up. Like, you're gonna like have blood loss and you're gonna fucking die." And he was like, and have you ever seen the clip where Cutbone jumps off the bridge into the tree branch and like there's a creek below?
Yeah. What happened to him? I've seen all the videos.
So like he's standing on this like fucking 40-foot bridge, and there's like this tree branch hanging above this creek. The creek's about a foot deep of water. He jumps and like catches the fucking tree branch and like saves himself from like certain death. But he told me, he was like, I'm gonna jump off this bridge. And I was like, fuck no, you're not. You're not gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna film it. He was like, well, I'm gonna do it with or without you. And I was like, what the fuck? So I literally just like came there that day and was like, just to make sure he didn't die, basically. And I was like, might as well roll it. And he ended up fucking surviving. He grabbed a hold of this fucking tree branch and like crashed onto it and avoided the rocky water below. Crazy.
Yeah, Cutbone was really outrageous. Cutbone. I'm like, Cutbone, what are you doing? But yeah, Luke loves Cutbone. I love those things. I watch the videos. I mean, I like to see him. I definitely don't want no one to get hurt because I don't want these guys getting hurt and then not being able to do it. But they do some stuff that like, because it's way more outrageous than Jackass. I love Jackass. Jackass and Borat are the only movies I will see when I don't go to movies, but when they get released, I'm there that Friday that they're released, sitting there watching Jackass and the Borat shows. Those are my two go-tos. Everything else can be on Showtime or HBO. I don't give a shit.
You wait for them.
Yeah, I limped into the new Jackass movie. I had a fresh broken leg, so I was limping on the way in there. But man, honestly, give you props, man. You know a lot about what I do, and that's pretty cool to know. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I love it. I like it. Yeah. I've turned people onto it too. I've told everybody.
You really do watch it though. Like some people say they have watched it and seen some of the viral clips, but like you actually know your shit. That's pretty cool. Like props to you.
This. At the end of the Jackass movie, okay, I swear to God, there wasn't that many people in there. It was like afternoon show. Friday. There was like 20 people there, right? I said, yeah. I just stood up. I said, okay, guys, listen. If you like this, go to POR Stunts. POR. Just look it up. I just screamed it in the movie theater. Like POR Stunts. Can you remember that? POR. And the guy's like, what's that? I'm like, look, and I had it on video. I'm like, these guys. And a couple people were looking at it. We'll check it out. I said, don't forget POR Stunts.
Nice. Yeah, it's a real shame that we lost our YouTube channel because that's where a lot of people viewed us, and that was like the thing to do. You know, we had 100,000 subscribers and 250 million views.
Wow,
gone. Oh, so now we got a website, porstunts.com. Cheap plug, but porstunts.com.
No, that's cool. No.
That's the place to go.
And sell merch. You know, every time I went to the Grand Prix, you didn't have merch.
So he's got a lot
I need to do better with that, man. I need to do better with that. We have an online store and whatever. We have like a vendor that like prints all of our stuff. You know how that whole thing works with the digital printing system.
Oh yeah.
We have like a partnership or whatever. So when you order shit, it goes to like a factory or whatever. They print it and then they ship it, and it's hands free. And then we take a cut, they take a cut. So, but I do need to get physical merch though because I know people want to buy it. People always ask me for my mask, and I usually sell them unless it's like a sentimental one to me, like the Murdoch mask or like Schlack or something. I won't sell those, but any other ones I'm willing to sell.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they sell, man. People are buying all kinds of stuff at these shows now. You know, it's crazy. We used to go to CZW. Like, we could have had all the tables from Mondo and Zandig. They just throw them away. And now they're selling little scraps at these ICW and GCW. Like, and I'm like, oh, man, I could have got you.
Especially ICW. You know, any pieces of door, they just sign them up and they sell them for $40-$50.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
That's badass. Yeah. I need to do more of that. At the gathering, we actually took a chunk of glass from the Grand Prix and put a Hatchet Man on it, and we did this like fucking this intro where we like brought everybody out like as like looking like hostages, and I like gigged their foreheads to make it like bleed on this like glass piece. It's pretty cool. I'll show you. But like this is like the crew's blood all over this like Hatchet Man like piece of glass.
Oh,
from the Grand Prix.
yeah.
This is like plate glass too. We broke this because it didn't have the stamp in the corner. It wasn't tempered, and we broke this. Good thing we did because this would have fucking killed somebody.
Oh yeah. So, how did it feel to have Violent J at that Detroit show, Horror Slam? Huh?
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Did you know he was going to be there?
No. I was sitting there just chilling, and I look up, and he's like in line getting food, and I'm like, holy fuck, that's Violent J. And I like went back in the back right away, and I told Murdoch because I know he's like a fan of ICP too. I was like, bro, Violent J, yeah, he's got the fucking Shangri-La on his arm.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, Violent J's here. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, where? I went out and showed him. He was like, bro, I would have never even noticed him without his face paint. That's crazy. And then I was like, yo, if you walk up to him and ask him for a picture, I'm gonna follow you. I was like, he might know you, he might not know me. Even though we do shows and shit with them, they're still pretty elusive, which I think there's an art to that. I love how ICP is like so like they don't like you know that they keep it close with their gimmick. You know, they keep it. They're not walking around like the Gathering, you know, like normies. But yeah, he was that night, which fucking freaked me out. So it's pretty cool. I didn't really want to like hound dog him and ask him for a picture, but I was like, bro, this is like crazy. Like I literally got my like Hatchet Man elbow pads on and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about like telling him to change my music to like Night of the Chainsaw or something that night so I could come out and like fucking maybe run over to him and have him like rap with me or something. That'd have been a moment, right?
Yeah.
They get kind of casual at the Gathering of the Juggalos. I remember you put Shaggy on a damn go-kart and he loses his fucking mind.
Yeah. The Family Underground documentary, he's like jumping that thing.
Oh yeah, but he'd be they go out of character there. I love the Gathering of the Jug. I'll tell you. Did you go to the one? Remember the old drug bridge?
I never went to the Cave and Rock. No.
Oh man, those were the good ones. They were way out. Huh?
I've been to all the Ohio ones, the Indiana one, and the Oklahoma one.
Okay. My first one I went to was the one in Toledo, Ohio.
Oh wow.
And then Peoria. Then I went to all of them. Then the virus came, and then all kind of bullshit. Mm-hmm. And I haven't been to one in a couple of years, but I haven't heard anything about it. Have they talked? I don't know.
They haven't announced it yet. But we are performing though on like a big scale this year too, like a much bigger scale. I can't say much more, but we're going to be there.
So you've been contacted, so it is going to happen.
Yeah, the Gathering's going to happen. Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, good.
I talked to Jump Steady Rob. Yeah, it's definitely
Oh yeah, man. Did you like the band Cottonmouth Kings?
Yeah, they're cool.
They're good.
A lot of my friends have like the Cottonmouth Kings tattoos and shit. I was like fucking ICP. Like ICP was my shit growing up. That was like one of my biggest influences. Like with wrestling and shit too, because they had like the backyard wrestling video games and shit. Like it all kind of ties into ICP in like kind of a weird way, you know.
I know for sure, especially that backyard wrestling too. That had the CZW guy. Zandig was in it.
Yeah,
Mondo
Zandig was in it. Luke Hadley's in that game. Luke Hadley's in the backyard too.
Yeah, he was one of the only guys at that LA thing with a camera.
Oh, that's right.
Him and I think Mondo had a camera too. But they
Kevin Gill made that game, I think, right?
Something like that. Yeah, he organized that whole
thing. He was like a producer. Dude, Kevin Gill, when he ran the Gathering, the wrestling part of the Gathering, the best fucking years for wrestling at the Gathering. He brought in like fucking Matthew Justice and like Big Joe and Jimmy Lloyd, and he like had all the fucking CZW guys. Janela was there. That shit was cool when Kevin was running it. The new guy that runs it, I don't know. I don't know if he like watches much wrestling because it's always just like randoms there. I don't know. It was like when I first went there though, it was like Sabu and like the biggest names in wrestling. It was all like orchestrated by Kevin Gill.
Yeah. They had it when they had it in Cave Rock. They had this big arena set up. They had bleachers everywhere. That place would be packed.
They had Ric Flair there. They had Ric Flair there one year.
Yeah, I remember Ric Flair, Snuka.
Scott Hall.
Were you there at the gathering when Jeff Hardy and like kept like doing the swanton off the top rope onto nothing, just in the ring?
I don't know which one that was. Sometimes there would be so many good shows, and for some reason the damn wrestling shows would always start so late. You'd be sitting there and like, oh fuck, I want to see.
3 a.m. they start. It's insane.
Yeah, and you'd be driving. It's too much. Yeah, I get beat. Listen, I don't even get drinking in here. I'm just at that time I'm exhausted. I'm like, oh god, when is this going? Yeah. I mean, you got to be. I don't know how they. You don't drink too much, do you?
Yeah, I drink every now and then. Not like
no, but I mean, those people that are completely blasted at the gathering.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
I drink probably like once a month. I'm not like a heavy drinker or nothing. I don't do like any drugs really.
No, I don't blame you. But what I'm saying at the gathering, there's people that like. I mean, you can't do it every day. You get beat. You gotta stand up and watch the shows. You don't want to be like just. Don't be passed out on the grass.
On the ground, yeah.
Yo, my buddy this past year, he walked around naked. It's a guy. He walked around naked, and then like the second day, his dick was like burnt, and he was all like fucking. He could barely walk, and I was like, "What did you think was gonna happen, bro? Like, you think you can just come here and it's this magical place where you can do all the drugs you want and walk around naked, and like the sun is not gonna affect you? Like, what the fuck?"
Yeah, you gotta stay hydrated. Do you stay in a tent? What do you do?
Nah, I usually do the hotel gimmick.
I don't. Yeah, I need a shower, man. I need a shower.
The showers hit different after the gathering. The showers hit different, man. It's the best shower of your life.
Oh yeah. I love it, Derek. Yeah.
So JJ, what's your biggest goal in deathmatch wrestling? No, you're good.
Wrestle Zandig.
Oh.
Let me think about that. My biggest goal. See, I'm not like one of those guys that want to like go all the way with it or nothing. Honestly, man, I just like the whole reason why I wrestle. I respect it like a motherfucker, and everybody that I wrestle, like I just want to wrestle people that I think are cool, like people that inspire me, and just have fun. I want to look back, in like 5 years or whatever it may be, and like be like, damn, I did that, I fucking went toe to toe with all these guys that I thought were fucking the shit, and became friends with some of them and fucking whatnot, and built a cool fucking highlight reel and a cool fucking, relationship with fans, and like doing this right now. This is cool as fuck to me. You guys are fucking cool as fuck.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I don't take it like crazy serious like some of these other guys do.
I know.
Like I'm definitely like a stuntman at heart. I'll always say like I'm a stuntman first, and then like I do stunts inside a wrestling match. And as long as people allow me to do my thing, I'm gonna have fun doing it. So that's the best way to answer that, I guess.
I think when this Vice thing comes out, let me tell you what happened in CZW. When they did the Vice documentary, right? That next year, there was the biggest crowd ever at CZW.
Yeah, I didn't go to the one right after that documentary, but I've seen that documentary.
Yeah,
and, it's cool as fuck. It was cool seeing the behind the scenes stuff. Jimmy Lloyd's like fucking 17 years old in that documentary too. It's kind of funny looking back. You see him like in the background and shit. But yeah, the Vice thing. We're supposed to be filming like more extensively in May for Vice, like something like with our name on it type thing.
Yeah.
We got 2 episodes coming out though for Vice in March. The first one's all about the gathering, which heavily features us and our stunt show and shit.
Yeah.
And then the second episode, the Vice team flew to Virginia to film the Grand Prix, and then they filmed the day before. They filmed the stunts the day before. Kyler Vick gets hit by a car. One of the craziest fucking stunts I've ever seen. That's on there. We shot a potato cannon at this one dude. This one guy backflipped off this RV like nuts first. Insane. We got a lot of crazy footage. There's also this like triple. There's 3 guys standing on ladders and a car drives through all 3 of them, and like the craziest thing happens with one of these guys with this ladder. I'll keep you on the edge of your seat, not give it away too much.
Yeah. What were the Vice people saying about it? Because they're like normal cameramen. They're not really into wild stuff, right? They're just
Yeah, they love it. They hit me up like a week before the gathering, and were like, "Hey, we saw your advertised on the gathering. We remember your YouTube back in the day." They were like, what happened to you guys? We didn't know you guys still were like around. This is awesome. To we want to film with you. What would it take to film with you? And I was like, bro, just like show up. Like we're gonna be on stage, film the whole show. And then they ended up staying with us for like 6 hours, just like doing extensive interviews with us about like the show, because they were like so like blown away. They were like, bro, we literally came here to film you guys and then the Miss Juggalette pageant. And like that's basically what we came here for. And they're like, bro, we got something here. Like you guys really have something here. And then I started pitching the idea. I was like, well, because some of our ideas got shut down at the gathering.
Yeah,
all of our car stunts got shut down. The cops wouldn't allow it. So I was like, yo, if you want to see these car stunts go down, come to Virginia. We'll do them in our fucking backyard. And they were like, bro, like we're down. So they ended up coming. They fucking we spent like $2,000 worth of supplies that morning of. They hooked us up real big for all the stunts and really gave us a line drive to perform.
He's easy to get along with.
Yeah,
he works awesome, with. Yeah. He's not cocky. He's not like he's very humble, very friendly to the fans, and it's working out good for you, man. And all these years, I hope everybody down there gets some respect and makes a little moolah. I mean, you deserve it.
No, for sure. Very underrated. Sure, thank you. Gonna ask him about the food. While you're on the road, we always ask everyone about the food. Oh, what's your favorite place to eat?
On the road?
Yeah, while you're on the road.
Yeah, I always stop in like random gas stations and like get like their sodas and shit that like I can't find in other states and stuff. I eat at like just like random places though. If it's like I usually travel real late at night, so like I don't have much options. But
Wawa.
I like Sheets above Wawa.
Oh, yeah. Everyone here likes Wawa. Everyone we interview, Big Joe loves Wawa. Yeah.
Sheets above Wawa all day. Absolutely.
I don't know. I've never been to Sheets. We don't have them. We're in Delaware. We don't have them here.
Yeah, Sheets are amazing, man. But yeah, I like going to like Sheets and like places like truck stops, like Pilot and stuff. They have like pretty cool food. If you're on the road and like gotta get something quick, but like favorite foods, I like sushi and Italian food, Chinese food, stuff like that. I really like breakfast. Like I could eat breakfast all fucking day. So if there's ever like a Denny's or something on the road, I'll stop at a Denny's.
Well, like Waffle House, Cracker Barrel, or Denny's?
Cracker Barrel for sure.
Yeah. I ate it to one. Me and my boy, when we stopped, there's one about maybe 20 minutes from down in Timberville. It was good.
Oh yeah, it's probably in Harrisonburg or Woodstock.
Yeah. No,
Harrisonburg.
I don't know what road it was on, but it was 20 minutes. We had a navigator. I'm like, we got to get some food before we get to this thing because there ain't gonna be shit there except like, yeah.
Cracker Barrel is amazing.
Yeah. I like that little Timberville town. Timberville is a small town. They got a Walmart. That's good. We hit the Walmart. We had to get the Walmart beer there and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the Walmart's like a saving grace. That used not to be there like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
When you go to Jersey, are you gonna stop at the Peking buffet?
Yeah, I want to so bad. Yeah, for sure.
We were after that.
I do. I was telling Stauffer, Jonathan, to take me there because he says it's like near him too, right?
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Dude, that place has gotten famous. Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Let's do it. Let's do it for sure.
Right?
Is it near Newark?
No. Man, dude, I wish you'd have been there. God, Big Joe and you would have been great for me. Too bad it wasn't a different. God, if I'd have known that, we could have. You drove in?
Yeah, I usually drive to all the Jersey shows. I live like
Okay,
4 hours
yeah.
away from. I live 4 hours away from Newark, and then South Jersey, where they usually do the GCW backyards, is like 3 hours from me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
far.
yeah. They go right down 95 around DC.
Peking is like 5 minutes from the GCW place.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
near Stoffer's house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's badass.
It's good food.
It's
No,
good
I
food,
wanted
yeah.
I wanted to go there. We were supposed to take Mickey there this weekend, but do you know what happened to Mickey?
Yeah, that fucking gash on her.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what happened was we were supposed to have huh?
She stabbed herself, right?
Yeah, well, she had the bolt down and kicked. Yeah, they stabbed in her, and we were gonna have he did the dinner, the Zandig dinner, but we were gonna have a Mickey dinner just to try it out. We had a couple people coming, but we moved it to a future date. But I did meet her in Newark, Delaware, on her way down. We ate at a Bob Evans, and she was telling it. She had a piece of glass like this, and she put it on the table, and the waitress was like, "What's that?" And like weird hell. And then she said, "This was in me, in you." The woman couldn't believe it, and she said, "Yeah." I said, "She's a wrestler." She goes, "Wrestler? That's a wrestler?" And she's going on and on. It's like, I'm like, I was in the hospital for 9 hours last night. Like, wow, yeah, she was in here, but they pulled it out. She said it's going to be okay. She said it looks worse than it is. She's walking on it, and she'll be all right. She'll be all right.
Yeah, she's awesome. I got a list by my desk of like people that I want to wrestle by the time I'm like done, and Mickey Knuckles is like number 3, I think, on the list.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Wait, you never wrestled Necro, right?
Yeah, I don't know if Necro's on my list because when I made that list, Necro wasn't really wrestling at the time.
Oh, okay, yeah. Necro.
But yeah, absolutely, man. Necro's the fucking man. We almost had him come out for the Grand Prix, but I ended up booking somebody. Well, he didn't really give me a definitive answer if he could come or not at the time. And then I ended up booking somebody who was a little expensive in his place, and I didn't have the budget for it. But next year for sure, because you've seen our shows, we don't charge or nothing. So like,
no.
We're just like, I'm just like, it's like kind of out of pocket. Like I'm paying these dudes because like,
oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm like such a fan, So it's just like, let's just fucking bring them in, and I want to see my dudes work with these guys type thing. We all like pitch in collectively, but yeah, man, like we're not like charging at the gate or nothing. So like that's honestly the loophole in how we get by with the Virginia guidelines is because we're not charging the shit. So if we charge, we could get like.
Oh, it's like a party. Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, they don't charge for anything. You bring your own food, you can cook. They don't care what you do. I mean, you can basically. I guess you could walk around naked. Nobody would give a shit.
Yeah.
Hey, we could have a streaking competition next year. How about that?
Yeah.
Hey, Miss POR stunts. Come on, XPW did it.
We were joking about that.
What? Really? See, we think alike.
Yeah.
We What? Tell me about it.
I don't think that could go down, but that would be funny as hell. That would be awesome. Yeah. Have like Pool Kardashian interrupt it.
No, you could actually have a POR stunts female Miss POR. Get like 5 girls. We all vote.
Oh yeah. We definitely could do it. There'd definitely be some volunteers for sure. They would love that.
There was some cute girls there, man. There's some cute girls there.
Oh no, I've seen the videos for sure.
Yeah. But then slowly they got drunker and drunker. Yeah, the girls at his shows have a tendency to start out and then they get drunk and then they're falling off cars and doing all kinds of crazy shit.
All kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a good time.
Yeah, I love it there, man. I love it.
Yeah, anything else?
The back. Oh yeah, so you GCW, IWA, XPW. What's the next? You've done all the big federations, tournaments. Now, what tournament are you in line for? More tournaments? A lot of the guys love tournaments, and we've interviewed people, and I didn't know how much it meant to you guys to win a tournament or even make it to the finals. Talk about being in and winning, or even making it to the finals and advancing. What do you think of that?
Yeah. If I know I'm not going to the finals, the first round is just perfectly fine with me because I can get in and get out. So, but yeah, finals are special for sure.
Really?
I won the UWF thing. And then, I won our POR one this year with Matthew Justice. I've been in like 3 other tournaments though. I was in Lords of Anarchy and the fucking what was that other one? Fuck, I forget the name of that one. Damn, he's gonna kill me for not knowing. Asylum, AWR. I was in that one. I'm supposed to be, and I might be in that one coming up too, hopefully. And then there's some talks about like a certain farm that I might be involved with, hopefully, that coming up. Hopefully.
You know what? I think the rite of passage for the hardcore guys is that Carnage Cup. It's grimy and crazy and wild down there, but it's like, I know all the other tournaments are big and some of them are bigger, but that Carnage Cup, it's like, I did Carnage Cup, motherfucker. Yeah, I was down there. Yeah, no matter what.
I was in the fucking Horror Slam Friday the 13th tournament too recently. I forgot about that one. That one was sick because me and Matthew Justice was first round.
Where was that?
That was cool.
Michigan.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Lee. Yeah, me. Yeah. Some of our boys go. One of the guys that went to the Grand Prix, the bald guy Lee Johnson. I think he talked to you.
Yeah. A lot of people like came up to me that show. It's crazy like that people like know me that well in like Detroit and shit. I was kind of blown away by that because like I had a lot of people coming up like, bro, that was the sickest match of the night. And I was like, thanks, cool. Murdoch took me out of the finals there, so technically I made it to the finals in that one. But Murdoch hit me with the taser, and he was doing the whole heel thing, so he took my place in the finals. But yeah, I was supposed to be in the finals that night.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, we pretty much beat it to. What else can we do? I mean, I'm excited about this May 28th show, June 11th, and Grand Prix in September.
And you got
both of those first two shows are going to be real special because people like are like ready to fucking see it. You know, the June 11th show, the Carnival of Excess, that's always like our biggest crowd. Like that's usually the one that pulls the biggest crowd. But our first show of the year too, man, people like come in from all over. I'm hoping I can get a certain wrestler from Mexico to be clear for the May 28th show. A certain female wrestler.
Oh.
So hopefully I try to like not to say too much, but I mean, but yeah, she told me like recently that hopefully she's clear in May so she can come out. She would like our spot. She usually wrestles in the Junkyard.
Oh, I love that Junkyard.
Yeah, I wanted to go there so bad. That would be sick.
Huh? Would you go down there?
Oh, absolutely.
God, I didn't even get to that place. Oh, I can't imagine that place, man. That is, look, that's another world in itself down there. That's shit that goes on in that place. We talked to Hardbody went down there. We did an interview with Hardbody, your buddy.
Hardbody.
And check that out. It was a really good interview. I didn't know that he basically started down there. He got hooked up with Sadiqa and Lowrider, and they took care of him down there and got a match. And he stayed down there for a while just wrestling. I mean, really being a new guy, and he did pretty good down there. But yeah, that's Zone 23. I like that. There's a girl named Sadiqa Maiden. You know that girl?
Sadiqa, yeah.
Sadiqa Maiden. No, there's another one, the smaller one. It's the one.
No.
Dude, listen, go watch that match. Sadiqa versus Sadiqa Maiden.
Oh, that was crazy.
No, that was ridiculous. Yeah,
I might have seen highlights or something because I'm a big fan of Sadiqa.
Well, no, she was through the girl through the windshield.
The back glass. Yeah.
I've seen that match.
I've seen that match. I've seen. I think I've seen like I'll rewatch it just because you're saying so. But yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
And then they had an area where it's enclosed, looked like some kind of camp, like some kind of fortress. And she attacked a fan with tubes.
She's nuts.
Yeah,
she's wild, dude.
No, not Sadiqa. This other one called Sadiqa Maiden. She's smaller, very petite, but she goes hard. Oh man, it's too hard.
Yeah, her and Mickey are definitely up there for me. I want to wrestle them.
Oh,
that'd be sick.
And then you got Shane Mercer this Friday.
Yeah, and then I got a pretty big name for No Peace Underground. Well, a really big name, like a guy that's like really been making a lot of noise. I can't announce it yet, but that's coming up. And then I'm doing all the Horror Slam shows, all the XPWs, and then No Peace as well. All those promotions are sick too. I love every one of those promotions. They're all pretty cool. They all take pretty good care of me too. So happy about that.
Good. Well, we're glad, man. We're glad you're doing it, and I want this thing to go good. I can't wait till the Vice shows come out. Yeah.
On your future projects, man. Thank you for
asking about fans can buy merchandise.
Yeah.
What's the best way to get merchandise?
PORstunts.com is like our main platform. We got links to the shop and everything on there. Like I said, it all goes through like a distributor, and they print it and then they send it off. But yeah, it's like hands free, so everything you're getting is like quality shit. I got hoodies and shirts, and I also got DVDs. Like I do print physical DVDs, like this one right here, like the GCW show, and then we got like the 3 stunt DVDs we have. I usually carry those with me at shows, so I usually do have those on me because I hand print those myself. Somebody actually had some at the XPW show, and I was like, bro, this is pretty cool that you have this because like you really went out of your way. So yeah, all that stuff's like, you know, kind of handcrafted and stuff. So then I got like the mask I sell, and then like the flag. Like I sell like the flag.
Wait, why don't you sell masks at the show? Like not ring worn masks, just make them out like that, like whatever you do with a marker, that exact mask, bring it out, put like a certificate, like get an emblem JJ Escobar and sell it, and have all the fans wearing it during your match. Dude, that would be like head. We'd all have the mask.
That would be sick. I've sold a few at the shows, but I usually only carry like 2 or 3 with me. But yeah, I need to start doing that more. You're right about that because people will they'll offer you some crazy money for it. Like too, like somebody was really won the Matthew Justice mask that I had after the match. He offered me $100 for it, and I was like, I can't sell it, man. Like I can't sell this one. But I was like, I'll sell you another one. Like I'll sell you this one right here or whatever. And I did. I sold him for like $50. But yeah, some of them are like sentimental to me because I know it was like a cool moment in like my life that like, you know, I don't know.
Okay, I got an idea for you. Wear 2 masks. Put one on right when you come out to the ring. Pull the one mask off, and then it's a ring worn mask, and then when you still have the one you wore through the match.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I had this one that was like covered in.
Man, I'm a gimmick dude.
Yeah, people love it when they're like covered in blood or fireworks or something, and it's just like, hell yeah, all right, that's cool, whatever you want, man. I've sold them in Japan and shit, like on my website. Like I mailed one to Japan and like the UK, and I'm like, how the fuck did they hear about me? Like this is crazy.
So you can get the patch. You can get them custom made with a patch, like a real patch, like a no, you know what I mean, and make it even more quality, and then have like a POR JJ Allen, date it, sign it, and have a patch like a baseball. I mean, make it nice. People like that. People love that shit. They're buying pieces of wood for crying out loud.
Yeah, you're right. I need to start marketing for sure because there is like money to be made for sure. People want it, so it's like. I'm always like kind of confused still, like, huh, you really want a mask? Like that's weird, but all right, cool.
Hey,
for sure, people buy it.
Your University of Virginia down. What's your James Madison? What's college?
James Madison. Yeah, it's close to me.
Go get yourself a marketing intern. Go there and say we need a marketing intern. A guy will work for you for college credits. You're a nationally known entity, so they would actually work for you as a editor or like whatever marketing. And you're like, look, I got this company. I need an intern. I'm not kidding you. That's how colleges work. You go down there and like you LLC or whatever. You got that thing?
Yeah, of course.
Say, I'm an LLC corporation. I need a marketing editor intern. They'll work for free.
Yeah, I know how like the LLC stuff works. I got like POR, all that stuff's like copywritten and stuff. And like LLC, I had to do that back in the day because I didn't want to like be liable for certain things.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, thank you, JJ. Anything else you'd like to plug? Any questions for us?
Yeah.
No, man. I think I'm good. It's been about 2 hours now, huh? That's pretty wild.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. He's gonna start charging us. He don't even pay me.
No, man. I think it's cool. I'm saying like time flew by. Like you guys are pretty good. You guys pretty good at talking. Thank you.
No,
hey, show them about.
We got some belts.
We got a nice belt
set up
collection.
some belts.
Yeah, I saw that. You got some GCW ones up there, right?
the Ricky Shane Page. We got the original JCW tag belts before they were GCW.
That's badass. Hell yeah, that's badass.
Mid South, other
What's the one on the top left?
IW.
The IWA. It used to be the world title. They use it as the women's title too.
This is the official IWA Mid South Tag Team belt.
Oh wow,
Kingston and Homicide held it. A couple other.
badass.
He collects stuff. I'm like, as much as he's a collector, I'm like, I don't think he should. He's got some good stuff here. He's got a nice collection. You ever in Delaware? Pop on in.
Yeah, definitely stop by for sure.
Hell yeah, we gotta go to that buffet.
We will.
That's in New Jersey, but yeah. You come through Delaware. When you come up from Virginia, you probably go through Newark.
Yeah,
right?
I do. Yeah.
We're like 20 minutes from where you would go 95.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll, for XPW, I'll stop through maybe. Hopefully.
Well, we did documentary with Mickey Knuckles, and we took her to all the places of CZW. We went to the bump of Zandig and Mondo. You saw that on the video, yeah.
That's badass. Yeah. The Janela and Zandig one's close by too, right?
That's up in northern. That's near Newark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like Game Changer World or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
But JJ, thank you so much. We'll keep watching. Good luck this Friday.
Yep. Yeah. You guys take care. Thanks for having me.
Make him come the 28th. Tell him he's got it.
Yeah. You need to drag his ass there.
I'm gonna. He has a shoot job.
Okay.
We don't. This is the biggest podcast in Smyrna, Delaware, but we don't make much money off it.
Oh, nice. Y'all take care. Keep it crazy.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.